So today is a very happy and a very, very auspicious day for all of us. That we have to offer just a thread to our brothers for their protection. Today in India, we celebrate a special festival. It is called as Rakshabandhan. Raksha means protection and Bandhan means the bondage of protection. It's a very nice good social custom to have this beautiful festival today. Today is the full moon day, and this day what we do is to tie a band of threads around the person whom you want to protect. But it is done between brothers and sisters. The sisters tie this bondage to the wrist of the brothers, and when they do that, they are putting all their love around the wrist, that it is the day for giving all their love, everything to their brother as a protection, as a symbol of their protection through that thread. It's a very, very simple thread they use. And this has to be tied on the left hand side, but people tie it on the right hand side, which is a mistake. But it has to be tied on the left hand side. Now, left Vishuddhi is the place where our relationship of brothers and sisters exist. When they are disturbed within us, we start getting the problem of the left Vishuddhi. In these modern times, to talk of pure relationship seems to be quite boring for many people. But it's very practical and logical. I would say it is the most scientific thing to do. For example, every brother has a special feeling for a sister. And her chastity is very dear to every brother. If he's a normal person, if he's abnormal, then forget it. But normally a brother is very particular about the chastity of the sister. And he doesn't like anybody to in any way even pass a remark against the chastity of a sister. I mean, these natural things we might have lost because of whatever you may call it, the modern style of thinking or the machinery that is sitting on our heads. But the normal thing is to feel that way purely about the sister, and the sister about the brother. Supposing you call somebody as your sister or as your brother. It's a very well worshipped connection in India, and should be with us also. If you call somebody a sister, then not only that you do for her the way you would do for your sister, but in all your relationships, in all your festivals, in all the weddings in the family, she is treated like a sister. Alexander the Great invaded India, much before Buddha was born, or we can say after Buddha was born. And he went with the idea of conquering the whole of India. He was a very powerful man. But God did not want that perhaps. So he was once defeated, and one king called Puru arrested him. Alexander had married an Indian lady. And when he was under the arrest of this king, that was the day of this Rakshabandhan, the same day. So, she was a clever lady. She put one thread like this in a small little plate and covered it nicely with some nice cloth and sent it to the king Puru in his court. When he took it to the court, somebody and gave it to him, he had to wear it because that was the day of Rakshabandhan. And that day, anybody who sends you this thread, you become the brother. So then he asked, "Who is my sister?" So they said, "She is the wife of Alexander." And he got really upset with it because a sister's husband is something very great in India. So he rushed to the jail and he fell straight on his knees and begged of his pardon. He said, "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know you were the husband of my sister." He said, "What? Yeah, you are. And I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for this thing that I have changed you this way and put you here and behind the bars. This was very wrong on my part." And he was so apologetic that Alexander could not understand the whole thing. Not only that, he brought him back and put him on the throne, his own throne. And he said, "Now you rule here. I cannot say anything. Now you become the real king and I have to become sort of your subject." So Alexander started looking at him. He said, I can't understand this. So then he went to his house. With so many things that the king had given him. He gave jewelry, he gave saris, clothes for him, and all kinds of things, plus horses and elephants. And then, when he reached home, he found that his wife was smiling behind the doors. He said, "What's the matter?" He said, "Don't you understand?" He said, "No, I don't understand. These Indians are funny people. I mean, I'm such a dangerous man. He had put me in the jail and now he has released me. I just can't understand these Indians. How can this happen to a person who is so dangerous?" So then she smiled and she said, "See, today is the day of Rakshabandhan and this is the thread I sent him. And because this thread was tied to him, he became my brother and he had to release you because you are my brother." He was so frightened. He said, "That settles it. I'm going home. Because with these Indians who can leave a prisoner only on a thread, you can't manage. These people are very difficult." He could not understand. So this is what it is. It's so important that on this day, if this is tied on your wrist, then you become brothers and sisters. Now in Sahaja Yoga, brotherhood is the most important. That is the friendliness among ourselves. When you are very good brothers and sisters, first of all, your left Vishuddhi, this left Vishuddhi. You get this left Vishuddhi because we don't have proper brother and sister relationship. Problems can only be solved if you have the proper sense of a sister and a brother. And that is our dharma. That is our valency. That we should know that we have a brother who is our Rakhi brother and all others are also our brothers. A pure relationship must exist between brothers and sisters. The purity of brothers and sisters has to be established. Now, today is the day when in India we had a function held where people tied Rakhi to someone whom they found to be a sister. And still now, it's now 10 years have passed to those things, but that day they will call the sister. And sister comes and she ties the Rakhi, and the brother has to give some sweet present to her. And the sister makes some nice things for him to eat, and everybody is very happy. Even the wife is very happy at such a thing. Because if the husband does not have a sister, how will she enjoy her married life with her husband? Because he'll be always having bad eyes towards other women. This sister teaches you to put your attention in such a way that you automatically become righteous. Please understand that you have to respect your chastity, and men have to respect women as sisters and not as every woman is for them for their use. That's how they are reducing the value of their mothers and their sisters. And in the country where the women are not respectable, no gods are going to remain. Today being this day, I would say that you should ask for strength to rise above all these nonsensical ideas which have settled down and become those beautiful people, the special ones, the unique people who respect their chastity and that of their sisters. Once you call somebody a sister, she's a sister. And once you call somebody a brother, she's a brother. It's not only that you should be born of the same parents, it's not necessary. But this is a very important principle to have a very pure society where everybody can live peacefully. From very childhood, if you have not fixed your attention on your sister with all that purity, you cannot have that pure feelings for another woman. The starting point is your own sister. The son is born and then the daughter is born, or first the daughter is born and the son is born. From that small age, when they are innocent, this is a dimension of sisterly pure relationship is developed. At a very young age, say at the age of 18 years, because of the social relations here and the social ideas, the second part, which is a brother's duty towards the sister, is to respect the chastity of his sister and to protect it. And also it is the sister's duty to keep the brother morally all right. Like India, anywhere, or I was told also in China and Egypt, even Islamic countries. If they find their sister going with another man, they'll shoot that man in the Islamic countries. In India, they may not shoot, but they will see that the sister is put right. Same with the brother. In India, I can say, in China also. If the brother is immoral, he is going the wrong way, then the sister tries her level best to bring him back to normal morality. It's very common that if a man is doing wrong, then the wife goes to the sister and she's very anxious and she becomes very upset about it. She goes all out to correct her brother. And this innate understanding exists within us that if the brother
is doing the wrong thing, if he's smoking, if he's doing wrong things, more than the mother, the sister feels it. More than the mother, the sister wants that it should be corrected. And she goes all out to fight it out. Mother may start crying, weeping, give up. But the sister will go on fighting her brother. In her all efforts, she will see to it that the brother comes round. Also, other things like if the brother is doing something illegal, something wrong, something which is detrimental to the society, it is the sister who has a right, divine right, to go and correct. In a society where this relationship is very pure and where societies are quite settled down, the question doesn't arise mostly that the sisters do wrong. But supposing a sister does something like that, supposing a sister goes out of the family, she tries to give up her family for somebody else, or she tries to dominate her husband, or to do something wrong in the family, then the brother will go and tell her off what he thinks of her and will try to correct her. So this right to correct between brother and sister does exist, not because it is some sort of an outward thing, but innately from within ourselves. This is the Ganesha principle which acts on Vishuddhi Chakra, where whatever communications we have a sister's relationship and a mother's relationship. Krishna also had a foster mother, as you know, and the relationship with him was exactly like her own son. So if you call somebody as a mother, it has to be absolutely pure relationships. So there are three types of relationships with the women. One is that of a mother, another of a sister or a daughter, and another is of a wife. Daughter cannot correct the father. Daughter has no right to correct the father, and she will not correct the father. On the contrary, even if he does wrong, she'll support him. She stand by him always. She will even go against the mother to support father. It's nature, it's natural. But the son will correct the father if he is doing something against the mother. It's a natural thing. Is a male force supporting the female's force or the female force correcting the male force in such a manner that the society is kept clean and there is proper growth. Only among barbaric people, according to Shastras, only the Rakshasas indulge into such impure relationships all the time. Because there is no purity in the society, it crawls up into our mind and mentally we accept these things as norms. Otherwise, there is no need to look at every woman with lust and greed, at every man with some lust. This abandonment has basically started when, like Freud has said it also, when the relationship with the mother, relationship with the father, the relationship with the brother and sisters are basically spoiled in childhood due to the atmosphere, due to so many things, whatever it is. And once it is ruined, this principle of Ganesha is ruined on your Vishuddhi Chakra. It's very, very difficult in Sahaja Yoga to keep such people going on. In India, we had a system called Gotra, which meant that whatever university we studied, is that your Gotra? For example, my forefathers, all of them studied in one university, which was started by Shandilya Muni. So they all went to his ashram in different places and did this, what you can say, his studies and all those things together. But in one Gotra, you cannot marry. Now, so many years have passed. Because we belong to Shandilya Gotra, we cannot marry anyone in that Gotra. So, to that extent it is. And when to that extent it comes in our mind, we don't think the other way around. And it doesn't come into our minds like that.
It's very important, especially in young age, to understand that we have to keep our attention very straight. If you do not gather wisdom in young age, you can never have wisdom in old age. In young age, you must try to gather wisdom. It's very important. And this wisdom comes from Shri Ganesha, as you know. And what is Shri Ganesha? Is innocence, is purity, and also is knowledge. From that, it comes to you, and that purity has to be kept the way Shri Ganesha had kept in his own incarnation as Christ. So we have to understand that our attention has to be so pure that it should not waste any one of our energies. You know that with purity in your eyes, even a glance can create such a beautiful life for us, even a glance. So one has to try is to get very pure eyes. Thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. This is what we have to follow, all of us, and our attention has to be alright. For that, this Rakshabandhan is a very good thing. It is a very good thing in which you create such personality of your own that you do not anymore try to put your attention onto wrong things. Now this attention goes out with many other things also, like aggressiveness, can be possessiveness. But the main thing is this, that if you do not have lust in your eye, 50% you are alright. So for today, I think we have to remember that to get rid of all the lust from our eyes, we are celebrating today this beautiful, auspicious day to celebrate the love between brothers and sisters. Sister is a sister, and all your life you have to remember she is your sister. You have to look after her benevolence and her good life, and she has to bless you, or she has to pray to God that you should be always protected. May God bless you.